You will be creative and ingenious. The poor don't really have a choice but to continuously solve their own problems because they can't afford to outsource them. This, however, nurtures their creativity. For example, John would fix his own electrical appliances or maybe call a friend for help. He would do his own car maintenance and other tasks that the well-off will just call a guy to fix. Over time, you become a jack of all trades. You become an amateur mechanic, electrician, gardener, plumber, and anything you need to be. It teaches you to become very good at taking advantage of lucrative side hustles and to do just about anything for money. You'll walk dogs, mow lawns, shovel snow, run a lemonade stand, clean homes, and anything you need to do to make money to survive. This experience will boost your intelligence, and if you're lucky enough to overcome poverty, the skills you learn will stay with you. You'll have the edge over other people that have always had it easy in life. This experience can also lead to an entrepreneurial mindset. 6. You'll get a lot of help. Poor people get a lot of assistance from the local community, religious institutions, and the government. These entities can help you out with cash handouts, subsidized accommodation, food, and much more. There are government agencies in most countries that run programs to aid financially disadvantaged people. They give out monthly stipends, food stamps, and run social services programs. Some other advantages may include free education, free school lunch for your kids, earned income credit, and free medical services. Although some of these may also be available to the rich, they prefer to pay obscene amounts of money for exclusive quote-unquote quality services than to bring themselves to the level of someone that gets free assistance from others. 5. You will have more real friends and unconditional love. For the rich, it's often difficult to know which friends are real and which friends are fair-weather friends. But if you're poor, the concept of fair-weather friends is non-existent. For John, even when he didn't have much to spare, his friends and people he knew still stuck with him. They would often come in and aid when he needed help, or be available when he needed company. They genuinely showed they cared about him, with no strings attached. These are the people that will see through your lack and poverty to the real person underneath. The poor are more likely to have real friends who care about the essential things of life that have nothing to do with money. 4. There is less stress. Poverty comes with a lot of despair, but if you look at it from another perspective, you actually have a lot less to worry about than rich people do. More money doesn't necessarily buy you more freedom. Instead, it takes away a considerable part of your autonomy. Rich people have to worry about multiple taxes, keeping their assets safe from theft, money to pay their expensive advisors and assistants, college tuition, and of course, keeping up with the Joneses. As the popular rap lyric goes, the more money we come across, the more problems we see. Also, contrary to popular belief, the rich worry a lot about losing their wealth, and they often work longer hours to sustain their lifestyle. If you get your first million or billion, you want more, and that means getting only a few hours of sleep most nights, plus keeping an eye on a wide range of interests. You will be resilient. When John was poor, he reached a point where life can't get harder unless he died. He learned how to survive on limited resources. He made meals out of leftovers. He survived having his electricity and water cut off because he couldn't afford to pay the bills. And he also faced just about any challenges that life can throw at him and survived. A life without money is undoubtedly difficult, and you need a thick skin to survive and even triumph over such an existence. It is not easy when people make fun of you for being poor, and it's even harder when other people take the seemingly simple things for granted, such as transportation, food, and a roof over your head. But you can't. This sort of life is harsh. However, the experience helps you develop the thick skin you need to face life's challenges. When you finally break out of poverty and probably made lots of money, you won't be terrified of losing all your wealth, because even if you do, you will live as you always had lived when you had nothing. It won't be a strange place for you, since you've been there before, and so it won't break you. You'll be in a better frame of mind to deal with the situation and rise again. You will be street smart. When John was growing up, poverty made it mandatory that he adapt to survive. When you find it hard to make ends meet, you will develop life skills that wealthy people never get the opportunity to learn. John learned how to balance a schedule that involves multiple jobs, how to cook his own food on a tight budget, how to make basic repairs himself, and most importantly, how to develop strong ties with his local community, since he depended on them for lots of things he can't get on his own. These situations make you street smart, and you will be equipped to handle adversity, since you've been through hell and you survived it. 1. You are alive and healthy. Although John struggles financially, he's grateful to be alive and in good health. Poverty can create despair and make it difficult, if not impossible, to accomplish your dreams. Despite this, being alive is a good enough reason to be grateful. Also, underprivileged people sometimes enjoy better health than their wealthier peers. White-collar jobs are the higher-paying, more sedentary jobs, and these jobs are usually occupied by people that are wealthy, or at least financially stable. John and a lot of the poor typically hold jobs that require intensive physical labor. While these jobs do come with their health hazards, they're usually less dangerous and common than problems like obesity, high blood pressure, and heart diseases that are associated with working long hours seated in place. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love hearing your thoughts, so comment what you think down below. With that said, I'll see you in the next one.